Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words, become much more articulate. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about a topic that many people around 30s to 40s ask themselves silently. Is it immature to unfriend people on social media? I'm 32, and I was thinking about my past recently from 16 years ago when I was 16. And I recall around that stage of my life, I was a very confused boy. I had just gone from being 5'3" to 6 foot tall, which meant that I went from getting no attention to some attention. And I had this crew that would rock with me. One guy, his name was Steven. He was a very popular kid, and he was brown, right? I think he was Trinidadian. Popular kid, that's one of the things to remember. The other guy was Pratik. He was a dork, and he was brown. The other guy, his name was Asif. He was in the fringes of being cool and a dork, and he was brown. And me, I was someone who was still trying to find my identity, and I was brown. We were the brown crew. During lunch, we would always hang out. We would talk about our days. Steven would tell us about what it was like being the popular kid. He was eventually running for a prom king. That's how popular he was. And Pratik and Asif would talk about lives of the dorks. And I, the middle ground guy, was like, well, which path do I want to choose? These were our conversations in high school. And I was reminiscing about it, and I thought, these are very good memories to have, because nowadays, just looking back at it, so much has changed, right? Years have passed. I've talked to Pratik here and there. He actually moved to Tampa. But what about Steven and Asif? So I start to look them up on Facebook, and here's what I noticed. Steven and Asif unfriended me. And when I saw that, I felt this initial anger. I was upset, but more angry than upset, because I thought, well, who are you to unfriend me? Maybe I should have unfriended you first. That was actually the thing that I was thinking. I was angry that they pulled the trigger before I did, because I had every reason to unfriend them. I mean, I haven't talked to them in roughly 16 somewhat years. So I was furious. And then I thought, wait a minute, Armani, why the heck are you so furious for? You haven't talked to these guys in 16 years. What are they going to do? Are they going to keep you on their social media list? So I was having this dialogue with myself, and I thought that question that I was just initially asked, even if you don't talk to someone for a while, should you keep them on your social media list? The answer is yes. Unless they did something diabolical to you, why would you unfriend them for? Unfriending someone shows a little nastiness, if you ask me. So I was having this dialogue with myself, and eventually I reached the conclusion, who cares? I got other stuff to do. But I had to eventually form an opinion regarding the matter because it created strong feelings in me. And that's when I realized something. No one owes you an explanation on why they unfriended you, especially when you didn't do anything wrong to them. From their perspective, they probably saw it as, well, we haven't talked to Armani in ages. He probably forgot about us, and we forgot about him. And by the time that people are hitting their 25s to 30s, they're really evaluating who they are. And a big part of evaluating who they are is assessing their social circle. Facebook is giving them a glimpse into their social circle. And the more that they see all these different friends, 2,000 friends, do I actually think these 2,000 people are my friends? Are they going to rock with me when times are tough? No. Let me just boil the 2,000 down to 250. And then, unfortunately, guys like me, guys like you, they're going to be casualties. This isn't really about us, right? It's more about them trying to evaluate their identity. Because if we did someone wrong, then it makes sense why we got unfriended on social media. But when we didn't do something wrong, it creates a lot of confusion. Because from my perspective, right, when I was unfriended like that, I thought, well, yeah, I mean, I haven't talked to you guys in 16 years, but who is to say that I wouldn't have reached out by the 20th year? And now, due to you guys unfriending me, the bridge has been burned in my eyes. I'm never going to talk to you guys again. So if you are someone that is going to unfriend someone, just understand it's not really immature unless you are doing it for a petty reason. Some people really do it for a petty reason. I went to this party and this guy didn't even come up to me and talk to me. That's immature. But if you are someone who's saying, I only want to keep people on my social media that I interact with, or these are people that I could see being in my crew long term, nothing about that is immature. Go ahead and do it. Just know this though, one day they are going to find out that you unfriended them. There is going to be this random thought of you in their mind where they're like, well, let me see how this person is doing. And when they come on your page and they see add friend, they're going to feel those same series of emotions that I felt that day. Unfriending people is completely fine. Just remember that you're going to cause emotions in others. All right, just keep that in mind. So hopefully you learned a thing or two in today's video. Social media is something that is relatively new, so we're all figuring it out. Do you enjoy talks like this on digital communication? If so, then you definitely want to get more insights like this into digital communication, media literacy. Is it immature, mature to unfriend people on social media? More talks like this in the ArmaniTalks free daily newsletter. Within this newsletter, you will learn much more about public speaking, social skills, emotional intelligence, creative writing, how to build connections on autopilot, and much more. Join the tribe by checking out the link in the description box, the pinned comment, or go on ArmaniTalks.com/newsletter and sign up today. Thank you very much for joining the Armani Talks YouTube channel, and I'll catch you next time.